Michael Landau has been an A-list session player since the 80s, and for good reason. He has the tone, the touch, the taste, and he brings a bit of magic to everything he plays on. Michael Bolton's How Am I Supposed to Live Without You from 91, give or take, is another moment of magic. I think it's a fantastic solo, beautifully crafted. And as you'll see, it's strong use of chord tones over a really nice chord progression. The song is in B flat, standard tuning, I suppose, on guitar. And we'll go over the solo, of course, a little bit, but we might also break down some of the chords that are being used as well. And that's always interesting because, as we've said before, the more you understand what you're playing over, the more you can understand how you can apply it to your own playing and get an understanding of why it sounds so good. Okay, so it's in the key of B flat. Now, for those of you who know, each major key has a relative minor. Minor has a relative major. And the reason that's important is we're going to look at where I base, where I think Landau's doing the solo, is all based around minor pentatonic shape at the 15th fret. I played this down here, it's easy to see. Okay, so that typical box 1 shape, that's actually what we're going to be playing up here. Now I said it's in B flat major, so G minor is a relative minor of B flat major, and so shape-wise or position-wise, that's how that works. Now the chords themselves, it's a really nice, based on sort of chord 1, chord 4, chord 5. There's a 6th chord in there as well, so we're looking at B flat, E flat, and F. There's a G minor in there as well. And then there's some inversions. So chord 1 is in first inversion, so it's a B flat on a D. And then we have a chord 5, which is the F in first inversion, so that's an F on A. And that's really the majority of the chords the solo is being played over. So I'll put a chord chart below, but roughly you're looking at this. Okay, that part at the end is obviously out of key, but that's where he does something really nice solo-wise. Okay, so there are the chords, B flat to B flat on D to start with. Let's have a look at the first part of the solo. Okay, quickly on guitar tone-wise, I'm using quite a distorted sound, a little bit of delay or a lot of delay, and some chorus in there. Okay, so again, we're looking at the minor pentatonic shape up at the 15th fret. Okay, now where he comes in, it starts on the root, so slides up to the G, and this goes up the scale and does a bend on the 4th up to the 5th. Okay, now the next part's really nice. He brings on with his pinky a flat 6, okay? Okay. All right, next part is just going on to the 17th fret there, up to the 15th. Okay, now the next part's really nice. He's bending a half step. Okay, so that. Okay, so what is he playing over here? Okay, so the first part of the solo, okay, he's on the B flat to a B flat on D, so it's all the 1 chord, okay? Note choice wise, okay, he's bending up to that major 3rd, that D on the B flat. Okay, that note there is the D. And that's why it sounds good. These chord tones, when you know the chords and how they're put together, bring it into your soloing, and you're going to know the notes that just bring the magic out. Now when he's going, hitting that E flat, he's on the E flat chord, okay, that 4 chord. Up when he goes up to the 5, which is the F chord, he hits an F note. Again, chord tones, okay? Okay, next part is a nice little, again, it all fits beautifully under that minor pentatonic shape. It's kind of high. I'm not really a high register player on guitar, so that was a bit tricky for me. But I think in terms of the fingering, it works. It just fits under the fingers here, under that minor pentatonic shape, as opposed to some others who might play it down here. Okay, so the first one, you're hitting the octave, the G, down to the D, the C, sorry. Okay, and then you're hitting B flat to F, C to F, B flat to F. And you've got to roll your finger to be able to get that. Okay, slowly. And then he hits the twice that octave, that F octave. Okay, then he hits again that D up to the E flat, little half step bend. Okay, it's really coming down a B flat triad. So rolling that third finger down, it's 15, 15, 15. Same, the D to E flat. Oops. B flat to C. Okay, all just G minor pentatonic, except for that bending of the D up to the E flat. So where were we? Okay, next part. You're on the F. All G minor, sorry, the G minor scale, G minor pentatonic scale, except for that E flat there. That's really the only note that he brings in that's outside, okay? So roll your finger on the 15th fret, and you're going up the minor pentatonic. Little hammer on pull off there. And then he's got the F to C. So now he's going off these different chords. He's moving into a different key change. And this is how he's bringing it in solo-wise. So he's on a B on F sharp to an F sharp, sort of an F sharp sus or dominant sus to an F sharp there. And that's why these notes work well. So the first one, you're ending on the C sharp, and then you're going up an F sharp dominant. Ending on the B, which goes into the E chord where the song goes, and the B is the 5th degree, so chord tone wise, that's why it works. In terms of phrasing, there's a lot of little nuances, of course, and that's all to do with how he's playing the notes. So we just went through the notes, and that's great, but have a listen to the way he bends the D to the E flat, the little half step bend, the way he does some hammer-ons and pull-offs, and the way he slides some of the notes. It's all really in the detail in the phrasing. I think learning this is one thing, and then practicing it, trying and getting it for note in terms of the phrasing, not in terms of just the notes, and that will serve you well in learning this one. Michael Landau, guitarist who did the solo on Michael Bolton's How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? Great song. Good luck. See you next time.